Hey, this is Philippe from Florida Custom Merch with another podcast, and this one is about the illusion of savings when switching from one custom merch or swag supplier to the next to save a few dollars here and there, or even sometimes feeling like we're saving a lot of dollars. And in the environment of custom merch and using custom merch and brand identity, um, customer loyalty can be really at stake, and every decision you make carries a lot of weight. One of the most common and yet can be very costly mistake is hopping from one custom merch supplier to another. In other words, from one supplier that will supply you with your custom printed items and decide to just go somewhere else because of price. Although it may seem like a good strategy just to save a few dollars, the reality is that really this idea is really full of pitfalls, and in the long run, or even the short run, can actually cost you more. The idea of saving a few dollars by switching suppliers can be enticing, and there's so many options online now. I mean, you can price compare. It's easy to price compare for most places. While looking online, it's really easy to get caught up in trying to get the lowest price. I mean, we try to do it too when we shop for supplies for our place, but in the end, we end up staying with the same people because we know what we're getting. And we've found very often that, switching to save a couple of dollars has really been worth it. Now, when we switch suppliers, and we do it, particularly if we do it frequently, we lose a very big advantage. And this one, particularly when it comes to marketing, which is really customers, all about marketing exposure, being seen, expanding your business, we lose the advantage of building a relationship with somebody you can trust, a trusted partner, someone who understands your brand's unique needs, and that's huge. A supplier that knows your preferences, your quality standards, your deadlines. You don't know how many times we had a new customer come to us, and they had a deadline. And so we helped them out and so on. But then we made some notes. So the next time, the deadline is, it's not so tight as it was, and we have more options and end up saving them money. Talking about saving money. And also, when you stick with the same supplier, you have more consistent results. With your brand identity, they get to know your brand. Now, when you start from scratch with a new supplier, it means investing time, resources. You have to educate the supplier about all your requirements, which can really lead to delays and big time miscommunication and sometimes subpar results. Now, as you know, time is money, especially in business, and we tend to forget that. We think, we have endless amount of time every day, but it's just 24 hours. And when you constantly bounce between suppliers, you spend a lot of time researching all over again, vetting, onboarding new vendors. This process can be time-consuming, and it'll take focus away from other critical aspects of your business. The time spent, sometimes the hours spent comparing price, reviewing samples, negotiating all new contracts, understanding, new invoices, it can really result in a significant time drain. And you could really have spent that time in a better way by working on your business, working on your customers. On top of that, the time it takes for a new supplier to understand your needs, as we mentioned, and deliver the first batch of products, sometimes will cause delays. in your marketing campaigns and on your new product launch and promotional events. Now, we've never been late on a delivery. The delays can have really a ripple effect impacting not only your business bottom line, but your customer satisfaction, and may have an effect on your other employees who all work together. Consistency. Consistency really is key in maintaining a strong brand image. When you switch suppliers frequently, you risk, losing that consistency in the color of the product and the quality and the materials and the branding, and even sometimes a very small variation in those elements can weaken your brand's identity and confuse your customers. A consistent and reliable supplier, on the other hand, ensures that your costume merch, your swag, your costume printed items meet the same high standards every time, reinforcing your brand's reputation and building customer trust. And furthermore, a long-term supplier relationship fosters better communication and collaboration. They essentially become an extension of your team, offering insight. How can a brand new supplier offer insight? I mean, so we have a system where we're going to ask you a few questions, a lot of questions sometimes, but it will never be the same as the time spent over time getting to know you, getting to know your business and the way you work. They're going to offer a supplier that you stay with, and hopefully it's us. We'll offer you the insights and suggestions that can really enhance what you're offering, and also will improve your marketing strategies. And this level of partnership is invaluable, and cannot be replicated by constantly bouncing around from one supplier to the next. And then you have the hidden cost. While the upfront cost saving might seem appealing, then you have the hidden cost of switching suppliers, and those can really add up. So those can include the potential mistakes. The order is not correct. The shipment is delayed. As we say, we've never been late, but it can happen because the new supplier does not know you. Substandard products, not because the new supplier wants to give you substandard products, but because they don't know you. So they're going to give you a product they think that's what you need, but then they don't know that when you order a certain type of custom merch, certain type of custom printed item for a particular event, you want higher quality. And on top of that, if a new supplier fails to meet your expectations, you can find yourself scrambling to find a replacement last minute, and that can really be costly. And there's also the cost of lost opportunities. By spending time and energy on supplier hopping, you miss out on the chance to develop a long-term partnership with a reliable supplier who could really offer you better deals, priority service. The fact is, when you stay with the same supplier, and you need a special deal, like a favor. A supplier that you use constantly is more likely to give you that favor. Bottom line is, keeping the same suppliers can really add up to a lot of benefits that we tend to forget about or don't notice or may never know about, but should be aware of, compared to the couple of dollars savings here and there. We have some customers who constantly ask us for, can you do a better price? Can you do a better price? The fact is, we give you the best possible price every time. But we also give you the best possible service every time. We also pay attention to your needs. We pay attention to your brand. We look at your colors. We look at many aspects of what we can see. And over time, we're going to find more and more ideas for you as we get to know you better. We're going to suggest things that are going to give you better results in your next event or however you use your custom branded item, and so on and so on. Bottom line is saving a few dollars or something even like what seems like a lot of dollars very often by bouncing around ends up being a costly mistake. Now, if the supplier you're using right now, is not reliable, doesn't seem interested in helping you out, prices maybe are really out of range. And again, the price thing should be like your bottom consideration. But if they're late all the time, they don't seem interested, they're not listening to you, and so on. Then maybe it's time to switch. Because it's important that your supplier be interested in your success as much as they are interested in making the sale. So anyway, we'll be happy to help you out and do a great job for you. This is Philippe from Florida Custom Merch. Number here is 386-400-2666. You can also click on the link at the bottom of the podcast. It'll take you to a web form. You can fill it out, and send us a message, and we'll get back to you very promptly. Thank you for listening, and we wish you success in all your marketing efforts.